Okay, Coach, we are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. This was the scene a few minutes ago, the dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming after you.
To throw, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. The 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first two selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the second round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Throwing, Mayfield. His throw caught. What about the 5? And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Joseph now to have the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. Mayfield down. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Watch it before. Get the ball.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Well, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Let's go, D.
Now it's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. He was looking for Landry that time. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
What you just saw there, first-round talent. Second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Spot that.
On third down, Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Christian Kirksey. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Landry now on the return. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Set, 180. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there. 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the ground, it's Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Bravo!
Here's Mayfield. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They run it with Carson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a first down.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. After the sack on 1st down, Wilson, and he's going to go down again. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them from.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissic. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into due to time constraints. We move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing is Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
We all know that Myles Garrett was drafted #1 in the NFL for his ability to get to the quarterback. That's his stock in trade. But the underrated part of his game, plays well against the run, knows how to hold the point of attack.
They go read option with Wilson. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Double count right here, double count. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
Wilson now to throw again. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Myers connects on the PAT. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Gardner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Hey.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
He finds Beckham complete. 20. Odell Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. 49 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. This is Carson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And here's Wilson to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And some space here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's set a tone.
A toss play to Chubb. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 38-yard line.
180. Mike 50. Blue Dan. Watch out.
A run for Nick Chubb. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And down inside the 15 he goes. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
180. 54. Here we go.
Chubb. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Check 53. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
On 3rd down, Carson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now Chubb running right. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And again, it's Chubb. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1.